81 balls against India and Hyderabad. Added 1 run to his Titan Cup series stats, but he's been in a rich vein of form of late. 118 not out in Kenya against Pakistan to win the match, the man of the match in the final, and South Africa won that. And there's the cut shot, and a brilliant bit of fielding by Mark Waugh in that square gully position, and Kirsten thought he'd beaten him and was setting off for a run. End of over, and a maiden too. Ra to Kirsten. Kirsten drives handsomely back down the ground, 4 runs.
Gary Kirsten on this occasion showing the value of having a good follow-through. You watch the blade of the bat, it goes right in the direction where Kirsten wants the ball to go. Wasn't, in fact, it was far from a half volley, not an easy ball to drive, but because he kept the...
He's whipped that away, and the man at back of square leg, McGrath, can't get there in time. So a lovely shot that's like that. A lovely shot. Mid-on is quite wide because you have mid-on in the circle and fine leg in the circle.
Kirsten on strike, Law the bowler. And he's hammered away for 4 runs. Backward is square, that was a bad ball. And that is now his 50. No applause because the crowd has already given him that. 50 from 74 balls with 4 boundaries. So the mid-off might have got to it. This is over the top though, and this will certainly be 4 runs. Over mid-on, Mark Taylor. Nice little nudge there by Gary Kirsten, and this might have the beating of the fielder. It does. Very fast outfield and just runs away from him and into the boundary rope.
Largely due to his efforts, South Africa faced in the relatively easy position of scoring just 74 from 121 balls.
You see, that's when I would perhaps, maybe it's because I was a bowler, but that's a great shot. What a magnificent shot. Straight back past the bowler, almost with disdain. You pitch it up, I'll hit you. 150 that brings up in the 30th over, so exactly 5 and over South Africa scored in. You know, I think sometimes bowling performances are overlooked by someone who goes out there and plays as well as Gary is, and I'm not trying to do him out of a second watch by any manner of means, and that's good running. Cronje back already for the 3rd. He's an immensely fit man, the South African captain. But I guess if he goes on and gets 100, it's going to be tough to say, I'm sorry, buddy, but we're getting it to...
Then he will get his 100. He will be credited with his 7th 100 in one-day international cricket. A nightmare for somebody who's got to do some editing on this match. There it is. Now it is complete in everybody's books, and he acknowledges that he believes that's the real one, and his teammates do as well. So Gary Kirsten goes to his 7th one-day 100 for South Africa. 10 50s to go with it. That is a phenomenal record. It really is in only his 52nd innings. 7 4s, not a great proportion of the runs in boundaries, but that doesn't matter. Is this the winning run? It is indeed, swept down to fine leg by Gary Kirsten, who remains unbeaten. And that should be it. The umpires are sort of looking at each other. to say, should we or shouldn't we? There's been so much confusion about the score, but they get the nod that that is the end. And so South Africa, a very handsome victory by 7 wickets over, after giving South Africa 74 to start with against India in Hyderabad. 118 this time. That set the victory up for South Africa. And Jonty Rhodes, a subdued 19, just picking off singles to help Kirsten through to the victory target of 220.